So what would you call it if my daddy issues have caused my entire life to revolve around getting attention from guys?
I believe the woke term is trauma, but the medical term is called being a whore.
I mean, guys, think about it. There was no plainer way to say it. He was just waiting for the right moment to lightly lay it down. But hey, once you're a 304, there's no other way to call it out.
She told me it was either her or a boy stripped of Medellin. So here I am, missing her in Medellin.
Oh, I've been waiting for this. Oh boy, I've been waiting for this. What's up?
Great choice. Although you may have to break up with her when you get back, or she might really try to make your life a living hell. But hey, I think it's worth it to go out there and get your experience. And don't ever let your girlfriend stop you from reaching your goals, aspirations, and finding your wife.
Is there anything you miss from being single?
Fucking bitches.
I mean, let's be honest. She probably knew the answer to this question, but Buddy had to be, real and say, hey, man, what the hell do you think I miss? I miss going out there and slaying the dragon. Now I'm stuck with you here, and you're going to get upset and get all mad because we invested all this time just because I want to get some strange box. Hell, he probably even gets some strange box on the side without her even knowing about it. What the answer should have been when he was single was smashing chicks in peace and not having to lie about it. That's the truth. But yeah, never live with your girl, guys. Keep the excitement going. Keep the mystery around, because once you get around and you let a woman hoard you, you lose testosterone, you lose yourself, and you just walk around like a shell of a guy because you really don't want to be there.
And it's always the men talking about you belong to the streets. Bro, you are the streets. You are the dirty, nasty, rat infested. You're a rat carrying a pizza on a subway in New York, nigga. You are the streets. But because you're not enough for her, and then she ends up with a beautiful man inside and out, and she moved on. We can't stigmatize women moving on. Y'all want us to settle for less so bad. But when a woman doesn't settle for less and she knows when to dip and dive, you're like, she's a slut. Because you're not good enough for her? Now she belongs to the streets? It's not the first. Remember when Ray J was like, I hit it first? Like, it ain't cute to be the first.
What?
That's not the cute one. It's the last. Who's good enough to be the last?
Stop it. Get some help.
The first is easy. I'm experimenting, bro. Of course you were the first. I don't know what I'm doing. You don't know. It's fine. But if I'm an experienced woman who has done my sexual due diligence, who has dated and kissed all the frogs, and then you are the prince and you get to be the last one, you're the one who lets me see that I don't want any of that, you're it.
The rocks.
Yeah.
Abdul?
Yeah, get the rocks.
Get the rocks.
I think it's probably one of the...
Guys, no matter how she tried to flip it, turn it upside down, reverse it, we all know deep down that she does belong to the street, and no guy that's going to be supposedly last, like she say, is going to take her serious, or she's not going to take him serious, and vice versa. Like, woman, you're cooked. You're over 50 years old. You can't give anybody what they want anymore because you already gave it up. Your youth, beauty, fertility, and you gave up your chastity a long time ago. We've seen your books. We know about it, or we know a little bit something, and we can just put the pieces together. Superhead, you're cooked. Stop talking about this and stop trying to big up some simp to come and rescue you, because 9 times out of 10, if it does happen, which it probably already happened a couple times, you've left those guys in the dust. Simple and plain.
Why do modern women struggle with accountability?
Because that would mean that they have to acknowledge that they don't bring value to the table. That would mean that they have to acknowledge that all they have to offer is beauty and intimacy. And that's unfortunate. A modern woman of 2024 is a woman that seeks attention and validation more than respect and authenticity. It is a woman who is entitled to whatever it is that people have around her. It is a woman that takes things for granted, is not appreciative, and kind of just has a high level of expectation with low level of give. You know, she's a taker, not a giver.
Hey, yo, shout out to this woman. She's been in my content before. She's absolutely right. The problem is about, I'll say 96 or 97% of the women that she just described that do not want to look in the mirror and face the fact that all that they can bring is temporary looks and beauty, somewhat of an attraction, and their box. That's the only thing that they really bring to the table. And you have a lot of women with these high expectations that she mentioned that are walking around the earth believing that they are worth way more than the value that they've lost.
Who is that girl who's been liking all your Facebook statuses and retweeting everything you say on Twitter?
Well, let's see what package we have you signed up for. Okay, it looks like we actually have you signed up for our talking package, and it doesn't look like you're covered to annoy the hell out of me with questions about my Facebook or Twitter. But you are covered to come over and chill at home, but no public places.
Why not?
It violates our confidentiality clause, which states as long as you're messing with this company, if you ever feel the urge to tell your friends, teammates, or sorority sisters our business, you are required under law to... here it goes. Shut the hell up.
I know what I signed up for, casual dating and everything, but ever since we've been intimate, I've really been wanting more, and I don't want to see you with any other female.
Did I mention we have an 808 to heartbreak clause, which means we don't cover you in the event you drown or catch feelings. Next!
Stay in your lane, agents. Always there when you need them.
And this is the issue and dilemma modern women have when they sleep around. Unless they're soulless, running out here, and they know they can't pair bond anymore, or have a sense that they can't really connect with a man, other women, a high percentage of them are going to naturally catch feelings for certain guys. And that's the thing. Guys don't want to take it any further. And that's the thing right there. Women just don't seem to understand. They think they could be just like men until, you know, their emotions start creeping up, that oxytocin starts running wild, and they're like, look, I only want you to be with me, and I want to take it further. When it said in the clause of the contract that, you know, you guys verbally agreed on that this was only a fling. We're only just, you know, you get a sexual experience, I get a sexual experience, and that's it. But women always, and I mean they always, want to move further because it's just in their biology. This is the danger of women sleeping around.
My favorite is when people are like, oh, you're gonna die alone if you don't drop those standards. Your standards are too high. You're gonna die alone. Bitch, I'll die right now.
Cap.
I'll die prematurely. I'll die today before I drop my standards. I'll be out today. No, I'm not living like...
No, you won't. You'll drop your standards in a couple years because you're not going to be looking beautiful for the rest of your life. And women typically don't really understand this. They stop talking cocky, stop acting like, you know, they have, you know, infinite beauty for the rest of their lives when they're buying their own drinks at the bar, and they stop getting male and sexual male attention. And that's coming for a lot of these women. You guys can't really escape or run away from this big guy. So don't try.
Undisputed, the undefeated.
Like, learn from your peers. Learn from the videos that you see of older women telling you how it's going to be. But women, for some reason, they have this cocky, narcissistic attitude that, oh, that's not going to be me. I'm going to be married. I'm going to manifest it. All of these thoughts, opinions, all of these wishes, and they never really come true because they're never realistic from the jump. But this clip right here embodies the actual narcissism of a woman and her trials and tribulations and what she'll obviously go through because she didn't learn her lesson when she was younger, hotter, and more attractive, commanding more attention. Let's check it out.
The aging female narcissist becomes more bitter every year as she realizes her ability to attract a victim is fading fast. Usually by the time she hits 40, she's having expensive plastic surgeries, anything that can prolong the illusion that she's still desirable. As she becomes more defensive about aging, she grows increasingly negative, driving her friends and family away as she takes out her insecurities on those closest to her. If she's married, she clings to her husband for dear life while treating him like a servant and an idiot. The abuse has always been there, but her inner frustrations cause it to worsen. When her husband gives up on life and passes away, she collects his insurance, the house, and everything else. She has money to spend without restraint and prepares to ensnare a new victim. Now single, she discovers she hates being alone and accepts that her age is limiting her options. She begins to hunt for an elderly man who is likely widowed and lonely. She latches onto him, convincing him she adores him, and then proceeds to alienate him from his family. Once he's trapped, the mask comes off, and he's treated poorly. He eventually gives up and dies, and she inherits everything once again. More plastic surgeries follow, and she goes on the hunt again. Some female narcissists lose it all because they get addicted to drugs, gambling, or alcohol. But don't fool yourself into thinking they will always crumble and get what they deserve. These women are survivors, master manipulators who figured out early on what they needed to do to survive. They will do whatever it takes to land on their feet, and they don't care about the trail of devastation they leave behind. These women make others feel as if suicide is the only escape.
And that's another thing, women surviving. They have to survive in the streets. They have to only survive, or they turn to surviving when they have completely drained all the options that they had coming up. They use all of their beauty, their best years between 18 and 24, when they were most valuable in the dating market. And like this post just said, women are going through surgeries multiple times. She tries to get out there. And then you see them making story times on these platforms talking about some dating is tough at 30, dating is tough at 35, and then they go get more lipo, and then they're 40, dating is tough at 40. What's out here? And they starting to slowly realize, whether they're delusional or not, that this path is a dead end. Like, I seriously don't understand how come they just can't look at all of the other women that have gone down their path that probably look similar to them, and look at their situation if they didn't get locked down. And 9 times out of 10, if they got locked down by a guy, he was a life raft and they just hung on to it and they tried to change their ways, or they stayed the same woman that they were, latched on to the nutty guy, the moron, and took complete advantage of the relationship and dominated him. And now she doesn't respect him, but she'll stay with him if he's worth a damn. Women like that, bro, they shouldn't even get a chance. They should be dead in the water trying to date after 30, 35. Once their looks start declining and they start losing a lot of their eggs, they should not even be able to get a man. But there's so many desperate simps out there keeping these women in hopes of finding a man, keeping these women dumbed down and only looking for the exception and not the rule. Anyway, man, I just don't get it. But that's the end of the video. Make sure you guys like the video, sub to the channel, post notifications on. As you can see, it's kind of pitch black out here. I'm traveling right now, so I'm definitely trying to get this content knocked out. I got to get back up to cooking this content that you guys love. I'll see you guys in the next video. I got to start filming more. I'll see you guys next time. I love you guys. You know I got y'all. Peace.
For rehab, I wanna relax. Girl, you understand my needs and I believe that. Detox and revamp, things you do with your hands. You know I need that rehab. I'm here for rehab, I wanna relax. Girl, you understand my needs and I believe that. Detox and revamp, things you do with your hands. You know I need that rehab.